Okay, so today we're going to talk about solving quadratics with the zero factor property. If you recall, when we graphed a line, y equals 2x plus 3, and we graphed it, it would look like this. Well, when you have one variable, one single x, it's going to be a straight line. In our quadratics, when we're graphing our quadratics, this is going to look like this type of a graph. It's a parabola. When we solve quadratics, what we're doing is we're finding where the x-intercepts are. So, what it looks like is when you have it factored with an equal sign. And so this is actually a y equals this. We're finding the x-intercepts. To do that with quadratics, they need to be factored. And then all you do is you split it to where each part equals 0. So we subtract 7, x equals -7. We add 18, x equals 18. So my answers are -7 and a +18. Sometimes it'll ask you to write them as ordered pairs, and then it would be -7, 0, and then 18, 0. And what that means is if I were going to graph a quadratic, I would have one of my intercepts would be at 18, and one of my intercepts would be at -7, and my parabola would look like that. There's a lot more into it, but this is why we're solving this, is to find the x and the y, the x-intercepts of our quadratic. All right, let's look at a different one, a little bit harder. So we have 5m minus 7 and m minus 2 equals 0. Once again, you're just splitting it to where you have 5m minus 7 equals 0 and m minus 2 equals 0. Solve for m. 5m equals 7. Divide both sides by 5. M equals 7 over 5. Add 2 to both sides. So my answer is 7/5 and 2. Do not put parentheses around those. Just write those two numbers. So when you have a number on the outside, like this, you're doing the exact same thing. You're splitting each part to equal to 0. So t equals 0 and 5t minus 3 equals 0. This doesn't change, so you only have to solve this one. 5t equals 3. Divide both sides by 5, and t equals 3/5. Now, what happens when you have a problem that is not factored? Let's look at this one. So you have to factor it. So product, sum, product of 20, sum of 9. What's going to multiply to give me 20 and add together to give me 9? 5 times 4 is 20. 5 plus 4 is 9. Since there's nothing in front of my x squared, it just factors to be x plus 5 times x plus 4 equals 0. Split each term. X plus 5 equals 0. X plus 4 equals 0. Subtract 5. Subtract 4. So -5, comma -4. Now, what happens when it's not equal to 0? Let's take a look at one of those. X squared equals 18 minus 3x. So make it equal to 0. Your x squared stays over here, so you're going to add 3x to both sides. X squared plus 3x equals 18. Subtract 18 from both sides. X squared plus 3x minus 18 equals 0. And now you factor it. It's a product of negative 18 and a sum of 3. 6 times 3 will give me a positive 18. If we made the 6 negative, negative 6 plus 3 would give me negative 3. I don't want that. So 6 times negative 3 gives me a negative 18. 6 plus negative 3 gives me a positive 3. So it is 6 and negative 3. X plus 6 times x minus 3 equals 0. X plus 6 equals 0. X minus 3 equals 0. Subtract 6. X equals negative 6. Add 3. X equals 3. So your answer would be negative 6 comma 3.